Hi guys, Paddy here from Practice Nav. This week we're changing the blog a little bit. We're going to chat a bit more about you, the most important person in my opinion. We often put our blogs around the business and what you can do more from a business perspective, but I want to chat about you. And in the blog I talk about the traits of health professionals, and we tend to be empathetic. We tend to be able to build a good rapport with people. We're good communicators. We've drive. We're not issues working long hours, and we want to succeed. But one thing that I have started to find more and more, and been victim of it myself sometimes, is that maybe lack of self-belief. Okay, so just to nip it at the bud, and I do say it in the blog, I'm not saying that you guys are watching this, you're not an excellent clinician, you're not a good person, you're not a great communicator, you're not the kind of person that people want to be around, and you're not currently building a great business, but sometimes there can be that little marginal gain that sets people apart, that true self-belief in what you're doing and growing your business, that could maybe get that extra step. So what I talk about knowing your ideal client. So my ideal client at the moment for one of my clinics, the avatar, is 50, male, successful, business person, time poor, but enjoys exercise and trains really, really hard and tends to get niggles. I could list off potentially a dozen clients who come and see me regularly from maintenance and a prevention point of view, because for them to be off work, it's thousands upon thousands they would lose, their business would lose. So the businesses, if they don't own the business will pay anything to keep them at work. If they own the business, they just want to be there and want to be fit and active. So what I said is, here's a group of people who are successful. I'll just ask each one of them a little question. So everyone who comes in like that, who I think it fits into that category, successful, I say, what is your best tip for an entrepreneur? And there was consistent themes. These guys were saying the exact same thing every time. And what I found was their suggestions were, focus on one thing at a time. How often do we get sidetracked and we kind of look around and we do a few emails and I'll start writing that blog and I'll write this. Focus on one thing at a time. Have a plan. So have a plan, a daily plan, 3 things, a weekly plan, working towards your greater goal, monthly and yearly plans. Okay? That's really important. We've talked about that a lot before. Have a daily routine, something I've started to adapt. So get up at X time, 5:15, do some meditation, do some stretching, do some exercise, just have a drink of tea, whatever your routine is, but you need to have a clear plan and routine. And also believe that belief that you can achieve it. What I found with these guys was the things that set them apart were their self-belief. So they had the attitude of anything is possible, and they were willing to take certain risks around that. They had a confidence about them. So if they made a decision, potentially in the back of their mind they might be a little bit unsure, but they would on the outside say, this is what I've decided, this is what we're going to do, and people would roll in behind them and support them, and invariably they would get the outcomes that they wanted. Driven and work ethic. This is something they had. I don't think as health professionals, most of us who are entrepreneurs, I don't think that's an issue. I don't think many of us are going to be clocking off at 3 o'clock on a Friday and not thinking about work till 10 o'clock or 9 or 10 o'clock on a Monday morning. In the back of our mind, we're always thinking of ideas and trying to evolve. The other thing, they're great listeners. So despite the fact there might be a CEO, I treat guys as a CEO of 10,000 plus employee companies, but they will listen to people, maybe the new person who comes on board in HR, for example. They'll give them the time, a couple of minutes, listen, analyse, and maybe take one little nugget, and they'll work on that, and that'll allow them to evolve their skills as well. They're never afraid to say, do you know what, I know everything, I'm the boss, and they'll always be learning and evolving from people who are around them. So overall the philosophy was, why not instead of what if? Okay, that's the kind of rallying call from me to us as health professionals, is to say, do you know what, we love what we do, we work damn hard, we train so much to get to the level of skill that we're at, and sometimes maybe we have this plan of, do you know, I want to take on that new admin, or I want to move to that new facility, or do you know, just in fact I want a couple of simple things. I want to write my first vlog, or do my first vlog. I want to write my first blog. So my challenge to you guys this week is to go and do it, pure and simple. So stop that little kind of nagging voice in your brain saying, oh, what will people think? Why should I, what are they going to think of me? Myself and Colin, we do this and we do it to try and help people. And, some people might think, oh, he speaks like this or does that. I try and get over that. So what I'm saying to people is go out there and this week and pick one thing, could be a little small thing, and go and do it. And it'd be great if you'd share what you do with us, just to let us in your journey and let us know how you're getting on. Okay, that's it from me this week. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.